is up, Retro Maniacs? My name is Mike. His name's EP. His name's Joe. We're not here to give you one. We're not here to give you two. We're here to give you 3 cards you need for your retro PC. I'll kick it off. I don't have this card. Let me be upfront about it. But I'm going to get one because I feel like this card is incredibly undervalued. It kind of blew my mind when I saw this. So my card is the 2002-2003 Topps Chrome rookie card of Manu Ginobili, number 124. You're talking, I mean, he played with Tony Parker and Tim Duncan. They won, 4 championships together?
With the Spurs.
With the Spurs. Absolutely. Basketball.
Look at basketball expert Joe Day.
They won over 800 regular season games. The dude is in the Hall of Fame, one of the all-time greats. And he has a 2002 Topps Chrome rookie card that I saw one. The last one sold for $12.
Jeez.
Most of them go like 15 to 20, but the last one went for 12. The last PSA only went for like $75-ish. And they're like 75 to 125 for a PSA 10.
Wow.
I just feel like it's ridiculous. He's one of the greatest players on the greatest teams. Spurs fans love him. He was, a fun player to watch. He was just, all over the court, Mr. Hustle, make the most of his talent. Hall of Famer, and you can get his rookie card and a Topps Chrome rookie card for like $15 or less. That's my card. It's ridiculous.
What do you think the refractor goes for? I mean,
the refractor was only like, it was under $100.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I was going to say, we talk about this all the time with Hall of Famers. You can pick up, last week you had a Hall of Famer in waiting, Torrey Holt, for like $15. You can pick up these Hall of Fames players all over the place on the cheap. If they're not like a handful of like 5 to 10 players, it seems no one wants them, and it's absolutely crazy.
That Spurs team was crazy. I love, a lot of people are talking about Wembanyama potentially leading them back to that promised land or whatever. And I feel like Ginobili is one of those guys who wasn't he one of I can't remember exactly how old he was when he came in as a rookie, but he's one of those guys where you think about if he played in the NBA for his entire career as opposed to playing overseas first, like the numbers he would have put up would have been even more impressive. So
yeah. Cool. Just crazy. All right, EP, what do you have for us this week?
I do have a goat. I get railroaded for throwing goats out here, all sorts of stuff.
Railroaded. It's not railroaded if it's true.
I listen, but I do have a goat. And that this card is a little more expensive than what I normally do as well. But hear me out on this one.
Okay.
This is the private stock titanium Drew Brees rookie card from 2001. This is a rookie card. But wait, that's not all. It's also a LaDainian Tomlinson game used jersey card.
Wow.
And so they don't have the rookie logo on it. It's not like it was, it wasn't like that back then. But this is rookie year double game worn jersey from private stock. There is one available on eBay right now for $35. Another one for $50. 2 Hall of Famers on the same card, rookie card. For $35 or $50. And there's not a ton of them out there, but I mean, this is what easily one of my favorite cards. When I pulled it out of my box, it was still in the original top loader that I put it in from back in like 2001. So yeah, I mean, that's
imagine.
Awesome.
I mean, you pulled it in 2001. You must have been thrilled beyond all belief.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a really cool card.
Yeah, and like 2 of the most undervalued football players. Like,
right.
I think Tomlinson, for his stats and who he was, is probably the most undervalued running back. And Drew Brees, like people have forgotten about him. Like, how do you forget about Drew Brees? Like, you have Tom Brady, and then you have a whole bunch of people after him, and Drew Brees is one of those guys.
Yeah.
But
It's the same thing with Peyton Manning. I mean, we talk about it all the time. Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, some of these really, and they're kind of in the lexicon now. They're not just Drew Brees. Oh, he played football. He did the announcing thing. He's going to try and come back to announcing. Did a lot for that city in New Orleans. I mean, it's kind of shocking how undervalued he is. That card nowadays would definitely have the rookie logo on it. I'm guessing because it's an insert, right?
Right. Yep.
That's back in the day when inserts weren't technically rookies and people people held to that standard. But yeah, nowadays they'll slap RC on anything.
Yeah. Now Panini would take that jersey and like have Drew Brees put it on, take it off, and then put it on LaDainian Tomlinson, and then say,
and then just take the same
player
jersey
worn by both guys. Like
that's actually pretty
rare
smart.
Is that? Yeah.
No, this is game worn, dude. That's awesome from the rookie year. Like that's wild, right?
Yeah.
It was a later in the season release. It had to have been right. So they got some preseason, which they should do. That's what they should do. Get preseason jerseys. I don't know why they don't.
Well, clearly that card will sell now that you mentioned it here on the show because we have.
I hope so. I hope somebody picks it. I mean,
maybe I'll go buy it. I have a couple days head start. Don't let people know this.
That's true. That's true.
All right, Joe, wrap us up.
All right, with the big news that we talked about on the podcast this week, Upper Deck getting the DC license. I had like 3 other cards in the queue. I'm like, no, I need me a DC card. Okay. And I'm going 1992 Skybox, Doomsday, The Death of Superman, 2-card foil puzzle Bleeding Superman logo. Mike, do you remember this card? I mean, obviously everyone can see it. It's up there.
I mean, so, if I look at it, look at it right there.
Yeah. So the inserts people remember are the Spectre Edge cards, the battle with Doomsday cards. Very, very cool. That was kind of the thing with Skybox. They made all those Spectre Edge cards. These were foil cards, and half of it was the one half of the Superman bleeding logo from the comic book, and the other half, obviously, was the other half. You put them together, made the full thing. Imagine that. I ripped 2 boxes of this thing. You get 1 per box. Guess what I did not get? I didn't get both of them.
I bet you got 2 of them.
I've got 2 of one of them. So I actually am still with the head start. I'm actually going to have to get the other one. I have the one down in my binder, but you know how I am. Once it's in the binder, it doesn't leave. I ain't pulling it out for nobody. So, but it's down there. I need to get the other one. You can actually buy the set of this on eBay. I saw for like $15 plus shipping. I can't buy the set. I'm going to end up spending more money to buy the individual one I need than I would just buying the set and then having the extra one. So, or maybe I buy another box. Who knows? But
that's definitely the best option.
That's probably the answer. But yeah, so really, really cool card. And if you grew up reading comic books back then, The Death of Superman was, I mean, it was shocking. It was beyond shocking. And then they made, Skybox made the set right away. And it was one of my favorite sets. Really, really plain really plain base cards where it just went through the comic book, basically from the point of Doomsday coming out in Man of Steel 18, I believe, all the way until the Death of Superman. Really, really cool set. But the inserts were awesome. And this one just epitomizes that moment with the Bleeding S logo. So I'm cheating. 2 cards this week. I only have 1 of them. I still need the second one.
I'll allow it.
Okay. All right.
That's one of those comic stories that I was not a comic reader back then, but that was one of those storylines that actually like bled into pop culture. Like that was everybody talked about that, right? That was a huge deal.
That was a news story. It was like a news story, which was crazy back then.
Spoiler alert. If you don't want to be spoiled, please turn the video off now. Okay. Fair warning, turn it off. Superman didn't really die, though.
He didn't die.
So
wait,
there was a
comic book hero didn't die.
There was a whole return of the Superman, and then the one true Superman. Very Jesus-y, in case you were curious. So it was really with the long. He came back with the long hair, the black suit.
It looked really cool though when he came back.
It looked really cool when he came back. So.
Is that one a little more difficult to pull, or is it just that the coalition was the coalition back in the day, and like you could get like 10 boxes?
Dude, if you open up 90 Skybox, you could open up a case and pull the same inserts. I pulled the same inserts, not just the foil card. Both of the Spectre cards were the same too. And Skybox was terrible. You get 1 of 1 card. Like card number 1, you get 1. Card number 20, you get 35 of. So
sounds like you should probably get another box just to test it out.
Yeah,
just to test it out.
True.
Yeah.
Or, as we talked about on the podcast this week, Fanatics Collect is offering peer-to-peer trading. I feel like you put it up there and you find that guy that got 2 of the other ones. You guys are both happy, right?
Yeah, I'm sure that's the type of stuff that's going to be there.
I'm sure. All right, guys. As always, 3 great choices this week. I'll see you next week. Take care, guys.
See you, boys.
See ya.